Hi, I'm here with Rachel. Hello.
Hello.
And Lisa.
Hi.
We met before at London Super Comic Con where you were Marvel characters, but you're here both as Lara.
Yep, Lara Croft from Tomb Raider Underworld with my own variation of the top. I actually didn't have enough time to sew the black mesh on the top, so I got this from my drawer and just savaged it.
And another version of Lara?
I'm Lara's doppelganger actually from the game, so I'm like an evil clone of obviously the character that Rachel's playing, so we work quite well together.
And you've got some scary eyes I can see here.
Yeah, my yellow contacts. They're not the most comfortable thing in the world. And I'm also wearing prescription contacts underneath, so...
Two sets of
contact lenses, but I'm fine. Suffering for the arts.
Do they not sort of...
No, they stick together quite well. Okay. Yeah, it's fine.
So you've chosen to look a bit grunged up and you've been in the battle?
Yeah, we've been fighting each other. I don't know, it felt right to sort of smother myself in actually eyeshadow and a bit of fake blood. Yeah, just make it look like we've been fighting each other, because that's what they do in the game. But yeah.
What do you think is the eternal reason why people just love Lara Croft so much?
She's a very inspirational character. I find that she's strong, she's very assertive, she knows exactly what she wants and she knows how she's going to get it, and she's going to get it. She's very determined. And I think she's a role model for people of all ages, especially for me. She's been my idol since I was about 6 years old, probably even younger than that. And I love her so much. And I feel like my cosplay is like a tribute to her. I love playing her. It's really my childhood as Lara Croft.
And you, Lisa?
I just think it's great to have a female protagonist in a like action game, because most of the games, they are aimed at a male audience, so you can tell why the Lara Croft figure is quite appealing to them. But it's also good for girls to have that protagonist to look up to, because she's really inspirational.
Well, she's certainly evolved over the years. I mean, do you think that's been for the best?
Yeah, certainly. I mean, the previous
boots aren't
game,
as big as they were. They've sort of become more normal looking.
Yeah, well, they've now working on a reboot game, which is totally different from the previous games. I've actually played the game myself, and it's amazing. It's so good. Unfortunately, they pushed it back to 2013. But yeah, she's set in it's on an island. It's inhabited by these people who are her enemies. They haven't really released so much of the game yet. I think they're really keeping it tightly under wraps. But I think it's going to be amazing. But yeah, her looks wise. I mean, she's not younger. She's a lot more realistic. She's more in proportion rather than F-size breasts and this tiny waist and these massive hips. That was then, like in the 90s. I mean, that was what you saw. It was because of all like the what they were called polygons or something. But they were working. But now games are becoming more realistic. I think they've downsized the chest. Made it so much more realistic, and yeah, I love it.
What did you think of Angelina Jolie in the film version?
I actually am a big fan of the Tomb Raider films. I know a lot of people don't really have that opinion, but yeah, her accent was a bit interesting in places, and I think it's kind of difficult for an American to play a English lady, but I think she pulled it off okay. It's not the best film in the world, but I enjoy watching them.
Definitely, and I think Angelina Jolie made a fantastic Lara, even if the films, they're good films, but maybe not exactly how Lara Croft is, but it's a separate thing. It's not the actual game or anything like that, so yeah, they're good.
And do you two always cosplay together?
Not all the time. I mean, we did this weekend. Yesterday we did Sucker Punch. She was Blondie and I was Sweet Pea. And today we decided we wanted to do Tomb Raider. But we actually designed our costumes for colder weather because we didn't realise we would get the heat wave. So yeah, we're both boiling.
I'm really hot today because it's about 28 degrees outside and I'm wearing full leather. So.
Well, you look like you're dressed for the summer.
Yeah, I'm fine actually, but I'm still baking underneath this. So, yeah.
What's the next costumes? You got any ideas?
I am doing some costumes from the Hunger Games film, and also I'm doing a gender bent version of the Avengers Hawkeye coming up as well. I like the idea of gender bending, a character that I really enjoy, and Hawkeye's my favourite Avenger. So.
Well, I've seen a lot of gender bending Lokis and Thors around.
A lot of Lady Lokis around, and a lot of Lady Thors, yes.
Do you agree with this? Do you like gender bending costumes?
Yeah, why not? I mean, yeah, it depends because you can design it your own way. You can alter it in your own way. So people come up with different things. Like, you know, some people have like their boobs on show, or other people have their legs on show, or something like that. You know what I mean? So yeah, it's interesting to see what people come up with because it's all different.
Well, speaking about having things on show, do you think this brings out maybe a hidden exhibitionist within some people?
Yeah, I'd say so. I think a lot of convention goers are potentially quite introverted people, and then if they come to a convention and you're surrounded by people that all have the same interests as you, and they're all the people cosplaying the same thing as you, so it just means that you can kind of go out of your shell a bit. It's nice, it's a good environment.
You can relate to them, and you just know you're instantly going to click, so it's like I have nothing to hide, I can be myself. Hi! So, yeah.
Because also you see a lot of, not just obviously women dressed in as male characters, but made them more sort of female, but actually there's a lot of men dressed as female characters as well.
Yeah.
Do you like those?
Oh yeah, I know somebody who does, all of his costumes are crossplays, that's what they call it, and he does it really well. He does, I can't remember, I think he does Catwoman, but he really pulls it off well because he had, I can't really explain it, but he's very feminine anyway, but even without, when he's in normal clothing, he's like a bald and he just looks like a man. It's really interesting to see them completely transform because they turn into a different person. It's crazy, but I find it really interesting. Yeah.
No, I completely agree. I just think there's a lot of creativity to go into that kind of thing, and there are some brilliant cosplayers around here, and yeah, I envy the fact that you see them and you're just not quite sure, and that shows that they're just really good at what they're doing.
Is it sexy for a woman to see a man dressed as a well-known female character?
Potentially. Each to their own.
Do you think it's sexy?
No, sorry, no.
The whole free hugs thing, how did this start? Do you know?
No idea, but when I have to be honest, if somebody come up to me and say, "Oh, free hug," I'm like, "No, thank you." Sorry.
Yeah, especially when you're in a costume that you've been working on for a long time. It's like I was wearing Blondie yesterday, and it had a lot of parts that could fall off, and I didn't really want people to grab it and potentially ruin something that I've been working on for a long time. So I know there's a lot of free huggers here, and
I can't see the point there.
not really, not personally.
Unfortunately, some people, what they do is they glomp you, which when they just literally run up to you and jump on you, and that can obviously like hurt you as well as ripping your costume. It's happened to many people I know before, and it's not good.
Well, ladies, I'm looking forward to your next convention and see what you come up with. London Film and Comic Con next, is it?
Yep, I'll be doing Katniss from the Hunger Games, and I'm not sure Sunday. I haven't decided, but maybe.
Yep, we'll be there. Yep.
Do you know what you're doing?
Yeah, I'm doing the Hunger Games and Hawkeye. Yeah.
Cool. Thank you very much. Who we have here? What are your names?
Poison Ivy.
Your name?
Oh. Jerry Kay.
My name's Rachel, and I'm cosplaying Black Canary.
Mine's Rebecca, and I cosplay Miss Marvel.
I'm Lisa, and I'm cosplaying X23.